What's going on, guys? I am the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video I will be going over some reviews of the Acolyte. So yeah, this is just for fun. We're gonna do some critics and then some fans, just to kind of get that difference of kind of see. Yeah, so if you like this kind of video, then please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell for more Acolyte coverage. And yeah, there will probably be some spoilers for the Acolyte, so if you haven't seen it and care, consider that a spoiler warning. Alright, let's get right to it. So we're on Rotten Tomatoes. Alright, so we'll go do some critic reviews first. But first off, on Rotten Tomatoes, the top critics have it at a 75% and all critics have it at a 91%, whereas the audience is at a 30%. So let's have a gander. Alright, so first up is Nestor Bentencourt from Nestor Sindeste Hollywood, and it looks like he gave it a Rotten Tomato. The mediocrity is strong with this one, at least for its first half. Full review in Spanish. And then next up is Proma Khosla from IndieWire. She's a top critic, and she gave it a positive tomato. The performances overall are more dynamic, the writing more engaging than the usual for Disney+, which keeps the series from dragging like its predecessors. Original score B. Alright, Eric Kane from Forbes gave it a Rotten Tomato. The Acolyte is a deeply bland, relentlessly mediocre Star Wars show that pairs some cool fight scenes with wooden dialogue and a predictable mystery. Alright. Jamie Lovett from comicbook.com gave it a positive tomato. As a series built on mysteries, likely another polarizing point, much of its value will come from whether it has satisfying answers. We won't know that until the final episode. And I gave it a 3 out of 5. Then you have Colin Garbarino from World. Gave it a Rotten Tomato. The new setting and splashy visuals aren't enough to save this cringe-inducing story. A 1 out of 4. And then you have Eddie Harrison from FilmAuthority.com with a Rotten Tomato. With a ho-hum cast, an obscure premise, flat performances, banal placeholder dialogue, and some shonky, interesting word, unattractive prosthetics, the Acolyte is yet another discarded toy line to chuck in Disney's growing bargain bin of busted franchise expansions. 2 out of 5. Alright, we'll do a few more of these. Emiliano Basil from Escribiendo Cine. He gave it a positive tomato. The series has a dynamic story, abundant action, and a passion for adventure. 6 out of 10. And then Russ Simmons from KKFI-FM Kansas City gave it a positive tomato. It all seems pretty familiar at this point, but The Acolyte provides an adequate amount of action, eye candy, and daring do for die-hard Star Wars fans. Wow, that's such a glowing review. 3 out of 5. Alright. Well, we'll do another top critic. Nick Anstedt from Autostraddle gave it a positive tomato. While The Acolyte is mostly able to skirt by given how well its cast sells the emotional context of each scene, the degree of narrative withholding Headland is attempting here threatens to undermine a lot of this otherwise strong character work. What a glowing review. And then Alan Ing from Film Threat, Rotten Tomato. The Acolyte is supposed to be a crime thriller. The problem is, there's no mystery. 2 out of 10. Alright. That gives you an idea of what the critics think. And now, let's see some audience ones. These will probably be more entertaining. Alright. First, that's in Spanish. I won't read that. So we'll skip to the second one. Prophet 1. 1 out of 1 star. I started watching this new show, but it was so boring. I agree there. I only made it through the first episode, and I found myself fast-forwarding through most of the dialogue. Yeah, the dialogue is kind of weird in this show. The CGI and fight scenes were okay, but everything else was just plain dull. I'm not going to bother with any more episodes. You're not missing out. Part R. 1 star, or rather, half a star. I didn't enjoy this show. I agree. Lazy writing, yeah. Bad acting, yeah. And plot holes galore. I just didn't enjoy the show. It felt very bland. Well, they say blend, but I'm sure they mean bland. And lacked passion. When I compare it to Andor or Mando Season 1, they are worlds apart. Hopefully it can improve as the story goes on in the later episodes, but I don't have high hopes. I have only seen the first 2 episodes. Then we have Frank S. with 1 star. Very interesting idea, but written and executed poorly. The writing affects the flow of the plot and contributes to 2-dimensional characters, which in turn affects the acting and makes it look stale. And then we have Jimmy B. Half a star. Oh, that's... Alright, this is what Star Wars has become. This is cheap fan fiction. The only difference being, fan fiction is actually made by fans. Oh, that's true. Hard pass on this series. The acting, writing, sets, direction, and camera work are all bad. The only redeeming factor is the opening scene choreography. Nothing in the first 2 episodes comes close to the opening fight scene. The script is all over the place, and none of the characters are convincing at all. Disney has really failed with this one. For my entire household. John S. gave it a 2 star. Peaked in the first scene. Just trying too hard. Just stop. Okay. Then you have Darren W. 1.5 stars. So much wrong with this show, it is hard to not turn it off. Alright. Ray B. Not all Disney Star Wars is bad. There have been some great things. Rogue One. Rogue One's okay. Andor. Boring. Solo. Not as good as I used to think. But I didn't even really dislike Ahsoka. Why? Ahsoka's not very good. That much. But this is officially the end of Star Wars. Why does who someone sleeps with matter so much to people that it takes priority over all other story elements? I love pizza, but I don't need to write a story where prominent characters love pizza. Well said. Andrew S. gave it a 5 star. I thoroughly have enjoyed the opening episodes. Definitely a must-watch for Star Wars fans. Okay. William B. 5 stars. One of the best Star Wars shows to come out of the Disney era. Man, I disagree with that. Fantastic sets. They're not... they're okay, I guess. Beautiful mixture of practical and digital effects. I would call it beautiful. New and interesting characters. New characters? Yes. Interesting? No. And a cool mystery being set up. What mystery? The whole who's the Sith Lord guy? Can't wait to continue watching. Don't listen to the bigots and review bombers. This show is an absolute A+. Must watch. So, if you don't like it, you're a bigot? Okay. I guess I'm fine with that. Palsy, 5 stars. Let's see what... quite a bit, Paul. I have never written a review for Rotten Tomatoes before, but I felt compelled in this case. Oh, great. The negative reviews completely blow me away. I have only watched episode 1, so you didn't even watch 2 episodes. Some of these other people have watched more than you have. Cons. The very last line, where the evidently dark side trainer says, "Kill the dream," wouldn't be a real motivation even for the bad guy's dumb line. That's all you have with that? Okay, whatever. Pros. Everything else. Wow. Okay. Cool development. Return of the Jedi presence sadly missing in the recent movies. I assume you mean in the Jedi presence? Okay, come on. The best Luke Skywalker can do is send a projection of himself into battle. Well, that's what you get for Disney telling you stories. There you go. Intriguing performances. Disagree. Great action. Great graphics. Engaging. No. Entertaining. No. People are saying superficial and predictable. Yeah. It is predictable. The whole twins thing, one good, one evil, it's not that special. It's been done before. It's even been done in Star Wars before. I believe in the Old Republic, you have 2 twins that as seen in a cinematic. So one's, but yeah, and plus the twin thing, that's been done in Star Wars. It's not special. Good plot development doesn't always mean unending twists. I like the story. Well, good for you. I like everything I mentioned above. Guess I agree with the professional critics. Great potential of development. Cool the negativity, folks. Give the series a chance. Okay. And then we have Anderson M. 1 star. What the hell happened with Star Wars? Why? Well said. Then you got Shakri K, 1/2 star. Terrible acting. This is a series based on some kind of message rather than the story or lore. Honestly awful. Oh. Yep. And then we have a William C, 1.5 stars. First, show looks okay. FX are decent and design is okay. But besides that, there's not much else. Characters are blank. Acting is bad. Plot is uninteresting so far. It's like we're in a Star Wars multiverse where everything that made Star Wars is slowly disappearing and being replaced by things created by people who don't have a clue about the Star Wars lore. It's a trend lately with Star Wars shows. But Andor and the first 2 seasons of Mando. Well, as you must never say never, I guess I'll continue at least till the 4th episode like the critics were able to do to finalize my judgment. But so far, the start is less than ideal. To quote a critic, we're closer to the Book of Boba Fett than Andor. Okay. Another Spanish one, so... And then we've got Jacob W. 5 stars. Great show! I love it! Very helpful. Dan K. 1.5 stars. Probably a bit unfair to judge this on a couple of episodes. It might improve. You've watched plenty of Disney Star Wars shows now. You know that. Do they improve the longer they go? Come on. And there's plenty of room for improvement. Sure, there's room for improvement, but not likely to achieve it. But based on the first 2 episodes, it's formulaic to the point of being hackneyed, and there is some pretty wooden dialogue and acting. Cool. And then Anonymous. 1.5 stars. This show has no understanding of Star Wars, the Force, or the Jedi. I agree with that. The antagonist could have stopped several times could have been stopped by basic Force. Oh yeah. But never is. If the plot can be derailed by any of several basic Force powers that any Star Wars fan knows about, the plot is not good. Very disappointing. Victor A. If you are a great fan of Star Wars, don't watch this fanfic. Star Wars is over. 1/2 star. I agree. And then the last one is Ryan D. One of the worst TV series I ever watched. 1/2 star. Alright. Well, that'll, I think we'll call it there. So, yeah. Well, yeah, you can let me know what you thought of the show and some of these reviews. Did you find any of them entertaining? You can let me know that in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.